45 new plot leaks to Spider-Man No Way Home have just surfaced the internet. Let's go through all of them. I'm your host, Tyler Moulton, and you're watching Spoilers MV. So technically in this post, there are 67 leaks in it. We picked out 45 because we thought those were the most important ones and the newest ones. I will leave a link in the description below to this post, so if you do want to see the rest, if you're a little bit behind on some of the leaks. So let's get right into it. First off is a big one. Toby doesn't die, but gets stabbed by the Green Goblin to prevent Tom's Peter from killing him. So this is a really interesting moment here because what is causing Toby to stop Tom from killing Green Goblin? Peter and Strange have a close battle, but Peter wins and confiscates the magic weapon and steals Strange's sling ring. The ring gets handed then over to Ned. Ned and MJ get separated from Peter. Ned and MJ try using the sling ring to find Peter by saying, "Let me find Peter Parker," and opening a portal with a hooded-masked person inside of that. This said person steps out and it's Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. Ned and MJ make Andrew's Peter prove that he's Spider-Man by forcing him to climb up walls. Ned tries opening again with another portal and Toby's Peter comes out in casual clothes. Wow. So this is how these two Spider-Men will enter in the universe according to these leaks. Part where Peter gets soul beads is very interesting. So yeah, I'm interested here. After Spider-Man wears it, he can automatically avoid Strange's movements. That is really interesting. This is the first time in really any of the leaks that we've heard anything about soul beads. Weird. Ned is rescued by the Cloak, looking like a large Sorcerer Supreme. He can only open the portals and not close them. In the second half of the film, the Spider-Men appear for about 30 minutes and share most of their scenes. So is Ned just like the new Doctor Strange now in this film? It seems so. And I know with those sling rings, like you have to have a lot of training. Like Strange had to have a lot of training to use that. So it's like, how is Ned able to do this? And I guess they kind of clean it up by saying that he can only open the portals and he can't close them. Garfield rescues the falling MJ. Tom tries to rescue her, but is stopped by Green Goblin. Andrew comes in and saves her. After a ton of breakdowns and speculation online, it was Andrew Garfield's hand that was reaching out to MJ to save her. Daredevil appears in a short cameo and catches a brick, and this was said in prior leaks. Tom has compassion for the villains and doesn't believe they deserve to die since they were all sympathetic to a degree. May gets killed by Green Goblin. Ned, Happy, and MJ are all there. Doctor Strange appears throughout the film. His role is not big. When the other two Spideys appear, he is trapped somewhere without his sling ring. Later, Ned opens a portal by mistake and returns him to the final decisive battle where he gets bombed. He spends the entire battle holding the multiverse crack together. The scaffolding photo takes place before the final battle, so that's the photo that we saw that was leaked a few months ago and had everybody just broke the internet. Peter initially wanted Strange to turn back time before Mysterio revealed his identity, but couldn't due to the time stone no longer existing. Interesting. Strange ends up getting the idea of making everyone forget Peter Parker is Spider-Man. So that's crazy. Just imagine if he had the time stone and they did it that way. Dr. Octopus ends up helping the good guys. So this also links up to prior leaks because it said one of the villains would turn on the rest of them and kind of work with the heroes a little bit. And it looks like it's going to be Dr. Octopus. Tom went to the bridge to convince an admissions professor to let him, MJ, and Ned into MIT. But he senses Doc Ock's appearance and obviously they have the fight on the bridge. The Iron Spider suit is absorbed by Octavius. We've seen this in the trailers, but Doc Ock regains his sanity. He transfers the particles back into the Iron Spider suit. So this is really interesting because leaks have suggested that Ock destroys the Iron Spider suit, but if he kind of turns on the rest of the villains and kind of somewhat becomes a hero, and this leak is telling us that he transfers the particles back into the Iron Spider suit. Does that mean that he fixes the Iron Spider suit that way? We'll have to see. Electro gets defeated by Octavius. Toby was not de-aged and kind of looks like an uncle. Aunt May says, with great power comes great responsibility. In the ending, Doctor Strange casts a spell to send Toby and Peter back, but not before they hug and smile at each other as they disappear. The three most significant scenes are the bridge scene, feast, and the final final battle at the Statue of Liberty. As soon as Sandman came to help Peter, Strange enchants Peter's suit so it teleports Sandman into the prison. In the end, the villains actually get sent back reformed and they don't die in the battle. So this is different from previous leaks, as the leaks before have said that they do die and then get sent back to their universes, but this is saying that they don't die in battle. The arc reactor Electro wears was left by Stark, and the villains grabbed it when they rebelled against the good guys. The villains rebelling was instigated by Green Goblin, who felt the Spider-Men were going to kill them all. So this makes a lot of sense and maps up to what a lot is being said about these villains, with Green Goblin basically manipulating the rest of them to join his cause and fight Spider-Man. Garfield doesn't bring up Gwen's death. Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire do not appear in Feast. The air punch in the trailer was Garfield, and he's doing a backflip in the scene. In the first trailer, we see Peter run in his black and gold suit. This is because he knows Norman Osborn is at Aunt May's. He's worried she is in danger and rushes to save her. The shot of Happy in the first trailer is him witnessing May's death at the point he had just driven from Feast. So we actually discussed this in a video, and I said that that's probably when Aunt May has just died and he's just looking in shock. Next, we have Lizard is already caught by Strange when he appears. Aunt May's scene was a point of contention. The front part of the glider stabs May. Oh no, here we go. This is the description of her death here. And she falls down. Green Goblin tries to use a pumpkin bomb to finish her off, but Tom slaps away the bomb like in the trailer. Most of the damage is taken by him. They each help each other up in the rubble and talk for a while. At first, we are led to believe May is fine, but she suddenly collapses and turns out she is fatally bleeding from the stab wound. Oh my god. Tom's hand is covered in blood. Oh my god. That's gonna be so sad when she dies. Oh my gosh. Electro got the reactor since Stark left Peter many technological gadgets, including a reactor. There's a shot in the trailer where Triple J smiles at the sky. That's when he sees Tom Spidey. There aren't a lot of shots of Triple J, as he is the news reporter at the beginning. In the middle of the movie, he drives the Daily Bugle car to Feast. Tom Spidey also contacts him to help draw out the villains. And at the end of the movie, he says that Spider-Man is a hero. Whoever Doctor Strange is trying to stop coming through in the trailer doesn't show up. It's just glowing figures. At the end, Peter finds Happy at May's grave, but he doesn't remember Peter. That's not good. Something went wrong. Something went wrong with the spell then. Okay, this one's kind of like a Q&A. Question, did everyone forget Peter entirely, or that he was just Spider-Man? Answer, after the spell, here we go, Peter went to a shop where MJ worked, and MJ no longer remembers him. Oh no. When Peter went to find MJ again, he writes a note as he feels like he would be unable to speak to her. He goes to the coffee shop, sees MJ and Ned together, and leaves as he likes seeing MJ and Ned together. Wow, that's a bombshell right there. In the final scene, Peter lives alone and swings away wearing a red and blue jersey. Doctor Strange teleported Peter and Ock from the bridge, but doesn't catch Green Goblin in time. In the fatal battle, Ock disables Electro's reactor. Strange comes and ends up finishing the spell, and doesn't appear again throughout the movie. Question and answer, another Q&A. According to basic logic, when Octopus was brought in, the Green Goblin was dead. And when the Sandman was brought in, the Green Goblin and Doc Ock was dead. Answer, Doc Ock says that Norman Osborn is dead, but it is here that they meet. In the end, everyone forgets Peter, including Strange. Oh my gosh. But they do not remember, but they do remember that there is a Spider-Man. Holy cow. Tobey and Garfield first engage in scientific research to find antidotes to restore certain villains back to themselves. They only suit up for the final battle. Several villains have conversations with their respective Spideys. When Green Goblin rebelled, Ock was already free of his arm's control and was helping Electro relieve himself. When the first rebel, Electro takes the arc reactor and mounts it to his chest. Each villain ends up getting cured by the end. Electro's cure is a mount on his chest. Lizard's is a gas, Sandman's is a type of light, Ox is a device on his back, and Green Goblin's is a neck syringe. Now let me know in the comment section below what you thought about these new plot leaks, which one was your favorite one and why, and I want to thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell, and I will see you in the next one.